Hi guys, hope everyone is fine. Today when I was conducting the class with the degree college students, we happened to have a group discussion on different types of political careers of people, and while discussing, somewhere we landed with the name of Chanakya Niti. I took a pause in the classroom and believe me, I asked them, who is Chanakya? In fact, in on the internet and in WhatsApp group, every day you get so many status of Chanakya Niti. Some make a fun that what he said about women and what is Chanakya Niti, and they put so many different type of connectivity because his work is being manipulated many times. But he was a great personality. So who's Chanakya? If I'm asking you the question, what answers will I get? You won't believe. Some said that he was a teacher. Of course, he was a teacher. Some said he's a monk, and some said that he was just an advisor. So basically, no one actually knows who's Chanakya. Who's Chanakya now? Chanakya, or the other name, when you study back in history, being a history teacher, I really cannot avoid giving you the background because history is such an interesting subject. Let me tell you, it helps you to connect with the past so that you don't repeat the mistakes. We've got a rich history, and one of my favorite topics. I cannot really stand away from it. So let me just connect it. Let me give you a little background about Chanakya so that you know who he is. When someone is talking about Chanakya Niti, at least you have a picture about that personality. In many of the scriptures, he is also known as Kautalya or Vishnugupta. Okay, in the 300 BC. Now, he was born in a Brahmin family, a very poor Brahmin family, who had no access to any of the basic necessities also. But they managed to send him to Taxila and for higher education, which is now in Pakistan. It is not in India. And he was able to get through education. Now, education at that time was not like going in the morning and coming back. They had to stay there and gain education under the gurus, and such was the whole ambience. And really speaking, that is the best way, because when a child is focused only for his studies, that is the best form of studies and knowledge he can get. Now, he is a Hindu statesman, he's a philosopher. He wrote Artha Shastra, which is there in many of the books when you are doing your schooling. You get it somewhere in history in some of the chapters that he wrote Artha Shastra. Now, what is Artha Shastra? It is a science of martial game. There are different topics where he was a master. Approximately, he had mastered some 1,000+ topics like philosophy, warfare, politics, yoga, Ayurveda, law, you name it, even medicine. So he was a person with multiple, you can say, mastery on different subjects, and that's very rare. You nowadays you find teachers who are only good for particular subjects, but he was a master of so many subjects without that Google Baba age, without the internet age. So he must have put such a lot of effort to go through all that. He was a master of Vedas. He was a master of medicine of his times. Now, some believe in some of the scriptures that he was a Zoroastrian because he was highly influenced by that religion, those people who worship fire. After this is a background, right from his childhood, the time he was born till the time he gained knowledge. Now, let us come how he grew in and became into a famous personality. Now, he helped Chandragupta Maurya to overthrow the Nalanda dynasty. Nalanda dynasty was a very big, it's Nanda dynasty. It's a very big dynasty, and it was at Pataliputra at Magadha. Now, this Chanakya helped Chandragupta Maurya to actually throw away that dynasty and set up the Mauryan Empire. And he trained Chandragupta Maurya in warfare, and then he was helping in politics. He became a guide, philosopher, a minister, a person with great knowledge. And with his knowledge, he actually had a book which he compiled, Arthashastra, which was having 15 different sections and divisions. With the help of this book, Chandragupta Maurya was able to establish the Mauryan Empire. And this, in history, you will find out that this is a model of efficient government. If you want to see any ages of history where you have got the best government, Mauryan Empire is one of them. So that is a model of an efficient government, and he would not have been able to do it, Chandragupta Maurya, without the help of Chanakya. Now, there are few things, with Chanakya, because he was great in medicine, he was great in yoga. So he had, when he started, being in politics, he started to have this system of giving little poison to young girls, so that by the time they become teenage, they can consume poison. And such girls were sent to kill kings with that poisonous kiss. And it is reality that if at all you have little poison right from a very young age, your body gets used to it. This is what he did it, because that is the reason he's called as Chanakya Niti. This is one of the Niti which is very interesting, and nowhere in history you will find it other than Chanakya. After coming in contact with Chandragupta Maurya, he started giving him little poison also right from the starting. When Chandragupta Maurya was actually very much trustworthy person of Chanakya, he advised him to take little poison, so that time, at that Mauryan period, it was very common that someone will come and poison the king and the king gets killed. So to avoid that, he started giving Chandragupta Maurya little amount of poison in his food every day. And I think so within 2 years, his body was so accustomed to having poison that his food, Chandragupta Maurya's food, was always there with little amount of poison. One day, accidentally, his pregnant wife had that food, and she was carrying Bindusara, the baby boy, his first child. Because she consumed poison and her body was not used to poison, so she was just very near to death with that experience. And when Chandragupta Maurya was very sad looking at the way that wife was dying, he felt really pitiful and he felt very angry on Chanakya. But when Chanakya saw that this situation is going out of hand and he might miss his baby, the unborn baby, he slit open the stomach of his wife, and that unborn child was out, and they took care, and like this Bindusara was saved. So this is a very a painful chapter in Chandragupta Maurya's life, where he saw his wife die but his son was saved. And then rest is history. Actually, Chanakya got killed because of this stuff which he did. He messed up this whole thing. So this is his basic history now. After this, I think so from today you will know who is Chanakya, what he did and why he's so famous, because he actually he is the main founder of Mauryan Empire. Because of him, Chandragupta was able to establish this so-called efficient government, which is history. Now, why I'm talking about Chanakya today? Because basically, I wanted every one of you, whether it be a man, woman, we are Indians, and we should be proud of our history, and we should know that part of history which is actually speaking about riches. This is how you make history interesting. We all speak about Chanakya Niti. Now, what is Chanakya Niti? He had done certain things because he was an expert in so many fields. He had compiled his knowledge and set up different types of codes or codes, you can say, which Chandragupta Maurya followed, and he became successful. Now, are those things actually useful now? I'll take some 5 or 6 points, and then that much is enough, I think so, which is really useful to the present times. What I liked about his saying, the first thing was, never judge the future of a person by his present condition. If supposing your neighbor is poor or your friend at the present moment is very poor in study, you cannot comment that he will entirely be like that for his whole life, and you make a mockery of him, you make a fun of him, and you avoid him. So because why he said this? Because time has the power to change coal into a shiny diamond is his dialogue, and that is a reality. You cannot comment that this coming time this person is going to be like this only for his whole life. No, you are wrong. Time has the power to change things, so you should not make a fun of people. This is really what I like. Don't judge people with the present condition. You never know, tomorrow he'll be a great millionaire, or like Elon Musk. You never know who he is. The second, a person should not be very honest. Reality. According to him, straight teeth are always cut first. You must have seen that on WhatsApp status also, those nails are there, and then they show that with the hammer, if the nail is straight, that nail only gets beaten. That is a reality. You should not be too honest in the present times, and really, you should be having that Chanakya Niti with you. You should know where, someone is using you or someone is manipulating you. So you should always know what is right at the right place at the right time. People always bear the brunt of, being straightforward, honest. So don't plot against someone, but at least don't be a part of that plot. Don't fall prey to such people. Third, don't give away your secrets. You never know when a friend will turn an enemy. So your secrets, there are many secrets about me, myself. I should not be telling it to my friend also. Why? Because I don't know what my friend can do. He can backstab me, or he can tell others. In this present times, you don't even know how information is leaking so fast. So don't do that. The fourth thing which he said was that our body will decay one day, because we all are going to die. That is definite. If you're born, you're going to die. That is a reality. That is a permanent truth, universal truth. Wealth is not permanent, but death is very near to us. How good. And see the way he has said that wealth is not permanent, but death is very near. You never know when you're going to die. Today I'm speaking to you, maybe tomorrow we are not here. So what are you going to do? You are going to do good acts. You are always going to be in your best behavior. So people remember you with that thought that, Arey yaar, that person was so nice na. At least after you die, someone will not abuse you or give you bad. Acha ho gaya, mar gaya. So that statement should not happen. For that he is saying that always do good deeds. You never know when you're going to die. Next thing, which is the best thing which I like about him, is learn from others' mistakes. This is what he has said. This is not the present time quote. This is so many years back in 300 BC he has said this. That learn from others' mistakes. You can't live so long enough to commit mistakes, to make mistakes and learn from them. So if you see that your friend has, got less marks, or your brother or your sister or your siblings have got less marks, you know why they've got less marks. They're not studied. So you don't do the same mistake. You don't repeat that. Okay, if someone is getting constantly, he's getting lost in a particular investment that he's doing, you don't go and invest the same thing over there. He has made a mistake, no? So you learn it from him. You don't do the same mistake. Okay, and one more thing. This is specifically for parents. This is specifically for ladies, which he said so many years back and which is relevant even in the present age. How to bring up children. The first 5 years of the life, you should treat your child as a king. He is the king. He is the boss. Whatever he says, you do that. Next 5 years, from the age of 6 to approximately some 11 years, you are going to treat your child like a slave. Whatever you say, that your child has to do it, no matter what. If you are giving him, palak ki bhaji, he has to eat that. If you are keeping a time schedule that this is the time you are supposed to see the TV, that he has to do. He has to follow. What is the life of a slave? He'll do what the boss says. And after, from the time, like from the age of 16, when he's a teenager, after the age of 16, you have to treat him like a friend. You know who's a friend? Where you share everything. Grown-up children are always like best friends. A girl will be a friend to the mother. A son will be a friend to the father. This is the reality what he says, and I think so that this is really practical. He has not left any part which is undescribed, because he's a master of 1,000+ subjects. We all can use these things. Don't be straightforward. Don't give away your thoughts. Don't give away your secrets. How to bring up children, how to face life, how to live life. This is what Chanakya Niti is. Chanakya Niti is all about using your senses in the present times and being the best. I think so with this video, the idea and the whole history of Chanakya is clear. From now onwards, no one needs to actually be blank out that Chanakya was a monk, he was a philosopher, he was a teacher, he was what. So you will get a background of it. Do watch this video, do share this video with others, and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Don't forget to press the like button. Please put your comments and let me know that which part of Chanakya's wordings has influenced you. Take care of yourself. For more such videos, keep connected. Jai Hind.